Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2023 with Ellyn Stern.
You got it.
Sometimes names with me just go out the window.
No, don't worry about it. As long as you acknowledge me, I'm fine.
Well, we love having you, and the fun part is we haven't seen you since Otakon 2008.
Oh my
It's
God.
been so long. How have you been?
I've been super. I've been so busy. Really busy.
And we're kind of going to jump a little bit into that. One of the fun things is that you and Richard have the best relationship, obviously because you're together. What's it like when you get to work with him on projects? Either he directs you or you direct him. What's it like when you get to work with each other?
We kill each other. No. I mean, we've been more Richard and I actually we've been together this year it will be our 41st anniversary, and we've been together 43 years. And almost as soon as we were together, I was starring in a film, a western, and they asked me at the end of it if I'd like to do some voice work. And I said, yeah. I said, do you need any males? And they said, yeah. So Richard and I started then, and we haven't stopped. So our work and our relationship has they're kind of the same thing. And I have to keep reminding him, we are not our work.
Right.
And that's true not only for us, but for all couples. You are not your work. We are people, we're human beings, and we have feelings and emotions, and we need to be tender and gracious with each other. And we've been together for like forever, and and marriages or any relationship is you take it one day at a time, and you're always reassessing. And I love him, and he loves me, and we're very lucky to have each other.
Well, it sounds like you guys have so much fun together, either as a normal marriage or also when you guys are in the booth together, one directing the other. It sounds like you guys have a ball.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
So, as someone who's been in the industry since the '80s, back when you started,
Yes.
what has been one of your biggest changes that you can point to and go, that's a turning point for the industry?
Well, I think the biggest change was when Pro Tools came about.
Okay.
Because Pro Tools changed everything. Before Pro Tools, we had to just look at the screen and catch it, and we do it over and over and over again until we got the dub right. But now with Pro Tools, you can move a line, you can move it a half a frame, you can move it a quarter of a frame, a 16th.
Yeah.
And so that was, I think, Pro Tools was the biggest game changer since we began, because we started in the age of the dinosaurs.
Analog.
Analog, yeah.
The VCRs.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely.
So again, you're no stranger to live action, as well as working on those. What skills would you say you bring from the table from voice acting, and vice versa? What would you say is like a nice little skill that you picked up to move between the two subsets of acting?
Everything is acting. And I'm a classically trained actress. I do Shakespeare.
Yes.
I love classical material.
Yeah.
I love doing stage when I have the time. And I belong to a classical theater company. And so I work at it all the time. And basically, you are an actor, no matter whether you're doing live or animation.
Yeah.
Now, live action is more challenging because with, excuse me, with animation, the flaps go like this.
Yeah.
With these masks, you have to keep adjusting them. With live action, you have to make the sounds match the movement of the mouths.
Right.
They're called labials and plosives. And you have to make it all match. And if you don't make it match, then it's not going to sound like English.
Right.
And that's the goal, is to make it all sound like English. And that's what we pride ourselves on. And the other thing, it's not just about making the sync right. Stay up. It's not just about making the sync right. It's about extracting a performance that mirrors the character. You're like a ghost or a spirit that inhabits the body of the character you're portraying. And you want to mirror the breaths and the emotion. And so acting versus animation, live action is more challenging. Yeah. But animation is fun because you get to be as wacky as you want. It's like I did a lot of Bobo stuff. Oh. And I remember one character I did was a piece of shrimp going around on a conveyor belt. I mean, you know, you just go to the moon with animation, and you can have a lot of fun.
Now, I'm a thespian as well. I did theater for high school, so I was stage crew. So.
Were you?
Yeah, I did. I remember Mama. I remember Mama, Radium Girls, Cinderella, and a Shakespearean. Can't remember the Shakespearean one, but it was my last one, and I loved it. Speaking,
I'm doing Winter's Tale right now.
Oh, okay. So speaking of live action, as we discussed, you love working on it. The fun part is you're doing your own show called Life's a Bitch. Yes. How's it going?
Yes, it's going great, and as a matter of fact, it's interesting that you asked me about it, because there have been so many people who have wanted. They go, oh, please, when are you doing it? And we've had several starts and stops. Yeah. So what I am finally going to do is take charge, and with the help of our fan base, hopefully we can raise the money and do a fundraiser, you know, a Kickstarter, one of those things, and do it that way, because I can't depend upon anybody else and their best of intentions.
Industry stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
we understand that part. So, and the cool part is, you know, you're a loving, caring mother. You have a wonderful family, and the best part is you decide to write a children's book called "Hard to Give a Butterfly a Hug."
It's hard to give a butterfly a hug.
How did you come up with that wonderful book?
Well, our son was running through a field of flowers, and he was trying to catch a butterfly. And I took a picture of it. And that picture is so wonderful because he's up there trying to grab the butterfly. And he came to me and he said, I want to give the butterfly a hug. Oh, wow. And I said, it's hard to give a butterfly a hug. Now, that is available on Amazon, but I just finished writing another book. Ooh. This one is a more serious nature. My mother died 7 years ago, and in my possession was left an index box filled with cards of all the recipes she had, like all women did back in the 40s and the 30s.
The great Rolodex?
Yeah, the Rolodex, even before the Rolodex, it was a box. It was a wooden box. I took those cards, I wrote stories about each of the recipes and history about how the recipes evolved. Yeah. And I've given it to my family, and they have been deeply, deeply moved by it. And my brother said this is our family's heirloom. Yeah. But what I want to do now is I want to share it with the public. So I'm going to publish that. And that one's called Grandma's Vintage Recipes.
Well, I think fans will look forward to that. Now, we're going to kind of go back into the industry. You direct projects, both live action and anime. Yeah. sometimes, you hear from, like we said, you play off Richard, he plays off you when you guys are directing one another. When you have new people coming in, either live action or anime, do you let them kind of tell you a little bit about how they want to go with the role, or do you kind of just be like, all right, listen, this is how we're going to do this?
See, it's our job as a director to guide them and steer them. We are the captains of the ship. And they may look at a little, why doesn't this stay up? That's an order. We are the captains of the ship, and if we don't explain the whole of the story to them, then they have limited knowledge about the character. So it's up to us to inform them and steer them and bring out the emotion of the character as it's needed.
Well, that sounds like wonderful. I mean, that's the best part, is like when you say as a director, is putting them in that driver's, you take the driver's seat, guide them, move them, shape them, and make them better actors for it. That sounds wonderful. So we're going to finish up here. Speaking of anime, you happen to work on, I know it's probably a small part, but you got to work on Belle. What was it like seeing that film and the majesty of it when it hit theaters?
Well, I play one of her mothers, and so I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. As a matter of fact, just this last week, I received a copy of the film in the mail.
Oh, wow.
Which was really nice. Yeah. And speaking of characters that I've done, I did Ichigo's mom in Bleach years ago.
Right.
And now the 1,000-Year Blood War is back, and I'm in that also. Yeah. So please watch it. It's such a good series. And I am now a Quincy.
Oh, yay.
I'm Masaki Kurosaki.
Yeah.
And I am now a Quincy, which I just found. Well, no, I knew this before, but I found it out just recently through the newest stuff. Yes.
Yeah. So kind of dovetailing off of that, other than Bleach, your book, your show, what other projects do you have that you want fans to know about?
Let me see.
That you can talk about.
There's a ton that I've done, like NDAs.
Right.
Oh, I've been directing for Netflix. Ooh. And I've been dubbing. Yeah. And I have 4 shows that I've dubbed: Kits, School Nurse Files, Glitch, Forecasting Love and Weather.
Okay.
And I am in a lot of shows for Netflix. I just finished The Tailor, which is a Turkish drama. I have one of the leads in it. And it's just the nature of the business. It keeps going on and on. And thankfully, I hope it never stops. People have said to me, will you ever retire? No.
There's some raised eyebrows on that one over there from Richard.
No.
Where can fans check you online? And what would you like to say to the fans that have been keeping up with you for over 40 plus years?
I want to say thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my work, because we have a friendship, we have a bond, and I treasure that, and I treasure all of you.
And where can we? Pretty much social media is your name, right? For all your social media.
I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. I'm trying to withdraw from Twitter.
Okay.
I'm still on Twitter, but not as much.
We understand.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's been wonderful to meet you. I'm so happy to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're a joy, and you're a fabulous interviewer.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
You have very, very well thought, very excellent questions, and you do your homework.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you.